Hey folks, it's Marvin Cash, the host of The Articulate Fly, and we're back with another Tip of the Mitt Fishing Report with Brian Kosminski of True North Trout. How you doing, Kaz?
I am excellent, sir. How was your trip to Denver?
It was good. I would say, very well attended show, very busy on Saturday, even though we had a little bit of snow kind of Friday afternoon into kind of Saturday night that made things a little interesting Saturday morning. But it was a good trip, and it was great to get out and see a lot of old friends and make some new ones.
That's awesome. How's the overall vibe? How are people feeling?
I think people were excited. I mean, it was busy. I mean, it was interesting. The layout there was very spread out, so it wasn't as easy to see, kind of all the classroom activity and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, it was a steady stream of people all day Saturday for sure.
That's really good to hear. That makes me look forward to shows coming up our way pretty soon.
Yeah, absolutely. You were telling me, I guess you've got your Detroit show in a month?
Exactly a month from right now, March 12th and 13th, Detroit at the Macomb Community College, and it should be pretty well attended. And I hope that we see a lot of our old friends and family, and we can make some new friends at that show as well. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's a great thing that the show season seems to be getting some traction in 2022, because fishing in your neck of the woods sounds a little challenged.
It's been hovering around the 0 mark. We've had no cloud cover, and your breath pretty much freezes outside right now. So the shelf ice is definitely sticking to the bottom of the river, and unless you're bouncing a spawn bag in front of a steelhead's face, he's probably not going to even move. So it's been challenging, yes.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty nifty when you were talking to me about how you have 2 rafts and you have one as an icebreaker for your rafting trips.
That is exactly what we do. The Coast Guard cutter has to float down the river ahead of you.
Yeah. And does that mean you've been spending any time on the vise?
Actually, I've just been tying up some drakes, thinking about that warmer weather, hoping that we'll be able to see a fish rise pretty soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And even though the fishing's a little bit slow right now, do have a question for you. And it's kind of one of those, at least kind of in my neck of the woods, kind of age-old debates about whether, if you're going to use weight, would you rather put it in the fly or would you rather use more split shot?
I would, today with modern technology, what we have going on with tungsten beads, go tie everything with tungsten, go a little bit bigger and use smaller diameter leader, go to 6X or 7X. You will have more hookups. You may lose a few more fish, but you're going to get the fly down to where you need to. If you're adding split shot, you're adding that cabanger effect where your fly and your split shot start to swing around. Otherwise, you might as well put a whole bunch of split shot on and go center pinning and use a bobber and just call it what it is, your center pinning.
Yeah, and so you don't worry about, like a lot of people will tell you they don't like to put the weight in the fly because they want it to drift more naturally in the water. That doesn't concern you?
I think once you get it down, and you got to get into your target level first and foremost. And most of your bugs, when you see them drifting down through the water, your stoneflies don't have a whole lot of control how they swim. They're kind of just floating around, right? But it's a matter of getting your fly down to the water column where the fish are at.
Yeah, and so does that generally mean you kind of tight line nymph as opposed to indicator fish?
Correct. Yes. I'm going to keep a short leash and keep that fly as close as I can and be right as close to the fish, over the fish in the run. But that's not to say if I'm not indicator fishing on a sunny summer day that there isn't a Pat's rubber leg. That's my main dropper that has a smaller fly behind it. That's a totally different game.
Yeah. Well, folks, we love questions on the Articulate Fly. You can email them to us, drop them in the comments on our social media posts, or DM us on social media. And if we use your question, I will send you some Articulate Fly swag. And then we're in a drawing for some cool stuff from True North Trout, as well as a $100 gift certificate from our friends at Norvice. And they've been generous enough to sponsor the fishing report with Kaz. And they've been super busy on the road and talking about show season. I know, I guess not this weekend, but the following weekend, they're going to be at the Texas Fly Fishing and Brew Festival, and they're going to be at the Fly Fishing Show in Pleasanton. And they're also doing some more regional shows. So if you head over to www.nor-vice.com, they have an events tab on their webpage, and you can see all of their upcoming show appearances. And I would really encourage you, if you're interested in the Norvise, I think you really kind of have to see it in action to appreciate it, to go visit with Tim and Tyler or other members of the Norvise team and check it out.
When you see the Vice in action, it sells itself. That's all there is to it.
Well, there you go. And so I don't know. I can't remember, Kaz, if we're going to talk again before you're in Detroit. Are you going to be hanging out in a booth? Or are you going to be kind of walking around? Or how can folks find you out there?
I will be with the TFO booth, and we should have some special guests stopping by on Saturday. I'm going to keep that secret for right now, but I'm looking forward to having an exciting weekend. It's going to be fun and interesting. It'll be different than it was before, that's for sure.
Well, there you go. And before I let you hop, you want to let folks know, because even though it's cold, they ought to start thinking about fishing with you in the spring and the summer, how to catch up with you at True North Trout and book you.
Yes, absolutely. Just updated my website as well at truenorthtrout.com. You can also find me on the YouTube and Facebook, social, and Instagram as well. Look me up, True North Trout. I'd love to take you out and get on the water.
Well, there you go. And folks, if there's a show near you, folks were out in Denver and they were happy. You owe it to yourself to get out there and check out all the new stuff and catch up with your old friends and meet some new ones. Tight lines, everybody. Tight lines, Kaz.
Good to talk to you, Marvin. Have a good week.
You too.